It is quite disconcerting to know that corruption is relatively higher among women ministers. But there are some women that have proven that women can actually contribute to the growth of Nigeria.
Fake drug is such a bad news. It is mass murder. The evil of fake drugs cannot be compared with any. But unfortunately, the world is not giving it enough attention.
Dora Akunyili was appointed as a Director General of NAFDAC and served till 2009 without any bad record. During her tenure, she put together a team of mostly female pharmacists and inspectors, and she started a war against counterfeit drugs that shut down many open-air medicine markets across the country. She had faced assassination attempts to her life, probably due to her stand against counterfeits and fake drugs. In 2008, she was appointed Minister of Information and Communication. She resigned in 2010 to run for Senate, but was defeated by Chris Ngige. She had won several awards for her work in pharmacology, public health, and human rights. Unfortunately, she died in 2014 after a 2-year battle with uterine cancer.
What I want to do this morning is share with you a couple of stories and talk about a different Africa. Already this morning, there were some allusions to the Africa that you hear about all the time. The Africa of HIV/AIDS, the Africa of malaria, the Africa of poverty, the Africa of conflict, and the Africa of disasters. Well, it is true that those things are going on. There's an Africa that you don't hear about very much. And sometimes I'm puzzled, and I ask myself why. This is the Africa that is changing, that Chris alluded to. This is the Africa of opportunity. This is the Africa where people want to take charge of their own futures and their own destinies. And this is the Africa where people are looking for partnerships to do this. That's what I want to talk about today.
Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala served twice as Nigeria's finance minister from 2003 to 2006 and 2011 to 2015. She briefly acted as foreign minister in 2006. She was the first woman to hold both positions. She spearheaded negotiation with the Paris Club that led to the wiping out of $30 billion of Nigerians' debt, including the outright cancellation of $18 billion. Okonjo-Iweala was also instrumental in helping Nigeria obtain its first ever sovereign credit rating. She also introduced the practice of publishing the federal, state, and local government shares of revenue from the country's federal accounts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Obiageli Ezekwesili.
She was an advisor to President Obasanjo and Minister of Education, and known as Madam Due Process for her fierce anti-corruption drive.
Obiageli Obi Ezekwesili started in the Olusegun Obasanjo administration as the pioneer head of the Budget Monetary and Price Intelligence Unit. It was in this position that she earned the nickname Madam Due Process for her work of leading a team of professionals to sanitize the public procurement legislation, the new minerals and mining legislation. In 2005, Ezekwesili was appointed as the Minister of Solid Minerals, where she led a reform program that led to the global recognition of Nigeria as a credible mining investment destination. In June 2006, she was appointed the Federal Minister of Education, and she restructured the educational system in Nigeria. In all these, she has not been arrested or detained for any fraud cases.